So we got an update on Johnny Somali and his charges and his issue in the courthouse over at Korea. So it says here, Johnny Somali arrives late and hungover to South Korean court. He's guilty to obstruction charges. Controversial streamer Johnny Somali, whose real name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail, appeared in a South Korean court on March 7th, 2025, where he pleaded guilty to several charges, including obstruction of business and 2 violations of the Minor Crimes Act. However, court proceedings were delayed after Ismail arrived an hour late wearing an oversized suit and a MAGA hat, which he was asked to remove multiple times. According to YouTube legal commentator Legal Mindset, who was there at the trial, neither Ismail nor his lawyer was aware of an additional obstruction charge, leading to a postponement of the next court hearing until April 9th. Prior to the trial, Ismail attempted to live stream the proceedings on the app called Party, risking contempt of court charges. The night before, he claimed to be negotiating a deal to broadcast the hearing. His erratic behavior continued as he reportedly became heavily intoxicated, eventually vomiting in his roommate's apartment. Oh man, this guy just doesn't really care. Ismail has been a contentious figure in South Korea, known for disruptive live streams that have sparked backlash from both citizens and politicians. In one of his most notorious incidents, he kissed the Statue of Peace, a monument dedicated to South Korean victims of wartime sexual slavery. His actions led to strong criticism and were even referenced in an October 2024 parliamentary session. And here's the end of this article. The obstruction of business charge alone carries a potential 5-year prison sentence, meaning Ismail could face up to 10 years behind bars if convicted on all counts. Beyond the current legal proceedings, he has also been linked to other allegations, including violations of anti-terrorism laws and public nuisance regulations, which could lead to further charges. Before arriving in South Korea, Ismail was expelled from Japan for similar conduct. And to make things worse, he actually posted a video a while ago saying how he's going to plead insanity to the charges, kind of hopefully get, lesser sentencing in a way, which is not a good idea because for sure someone from Korea is watching you, watching what you're doing, what you're saying. Things will just get worse. So here's what he said.
When I go to the judge tomorrow and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm mentally ill. I don't know what's going on. I have a bipolar disorder. And what may I do? I left my medication in America. I don't know what's happening, Your Honor. Please help me. I am a psychopath. I plead mentally insane." And they say, "Okay, go home with a fine of $500.
So the YouTube commentator named Legal Mindset was actually there at the trial. So here's the oversized suit that Johnny Somali is wearing, along with his MAGA hat. Ramzi's first day of trial just concluded. He was 1 hour late and came in with his roommate Hank. Both Ramzi's lawyer and Ramzi had no idea about the new charges. They pushed the next trial date for 3 weeks from today, April 9th. Johnny pled guilty to all the other ones. Ramzi was also clearly wearing Hank's white suit, which was wildly oversized, but had an ebony, ivory vibe going on with Hank's black suit. He was also told twice to take off his MAGA hat. Yeah, you gotta show some respect inside the courtroom. So it says here, the travel ban is still in effect, so he can't leave. And if convicted, he cannot leave until payment of all fines and serving all prison time is complete. If he cannot pay the fines, he is sent to the cabbages, which basically means he's doing manual labor out in the field somewhere, which I guess is well deserved because he put himself in this situation. He did all these bad, vile things to people in public. So for him, it seems like things are going to get worse because the way he acts in the courtroom, the way he treats people in public, the things he does to those sacred monuments of their culture, it's very disrespectful. So here's the list of charges. The first one is obstruction of business back in November of 2024. Charge number 2, Minor Crimes Act of December 2024. Charge number 3, Minor Crimes Act, February 2025. And charge number 4, the most recent one, obstruction of business from March 4th of 2025. That was very recent. So it seems like, he's not learning from his mistakes. He's just making things worse every single time. The charges alone for obstruction of business, penalty per count is up to 5 years imprisonment and up to 15 million Korean won, which is around 11,000 USD. So he's got 2 of these. I know when he left Japan, got off easy. They let him go. But in Korea, it's like they want to make an example out of him to show everyone around the world, you cannot do this in our country. Or any country at that. You just can't act that way. Honestly, for people like this, you can't really feel sympathy for them. What they did and what they're getting now is pretty much well-deserved. You just can't do that going to any country. You're a visitor. You're a guest. So anyways, that's it for now. I'll see you later.